Is Stuttering John here? I was told he was going to be here. Is anyone? No? All right, he didn't make it.
Before you could call her.
Damn it. Well, he was on his show yesterday. We were watching it at our Airbnb, and someone mentioned to him about this show that Mersh might do something to him if he were to show up here. So I wanted to get your take on this, Mersh.
You gonna kiss him?
Baby Satchmo. Thanks for the 5. If you go to Carl's show, Mersh would beat you with his nightstick. Get it? No ears having water buffalo. Thank you. No, he won't.
Beat him with his nightstick, meaning, his trad son.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, he wouldn't. Good one.
John will fall for anything.
He's really stupid. Speaking of how stupid he is, this was my favorite phrase that he said on his show last night.
You weren't afraid of anything, shitware. You were just scared.
John, you're 5'2". I've seen you.
You weren't fearful. You were just frightened.
He's doing great.
This guy's doing very well.
He's doing really good.
He's killing it, for sure.
Is anybody scared of Stuttering John other than Patrick Melton?
Yeah, the security at Atlantic City casinos is.
This guy's legitimately retarded, right?
John, I have M-Life Gold. I'll have you removed from the Borgata. I'll be like, this man is bothering me.
Well, you ask a good question, Top, because what John likes to do is these song parodies off the cuff. And there's this guy, Mike Morse, he calls Silent Mike because he doesn't talk a lot on the show. And so John likes to come up with these song parodies. Remember, this happened yesterday. This is a song parody.
Fucking Silent Mike. Silent Mike. Terry ex-wife. Daniel Moss, Marina Horse. Well, it's time for you to get your paybacks. I don't give a shit. You went after my family and attacked. Now it's time for the wrath. Now it's time for the Stuttering John wrath.
We're in March, right?
Yes. We're almost in April, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
He was on The Tonight Show.
Correct,
Yes.
for 10 years.
Okay, cool, just making sure.
And the Howard Stern show.
And the Howard Stern Show.
Well, he answered phones on the Howard Stern show.
Right. He read jokes that everyone else wrote for him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
John, that was a great song, but I hate to break it to you. Your daughter is trans. So...
He kind of lost it at the end there.
Womp, womp.
Probably a Queer
was
Kid Stuff
decent.
fan.
The song was decent the first couple of stanzas, and then at the end, I was like, what the fuck is
It fell apart.
Yeah, it did
fell
fall apart. I'm glad you noticed that, Top. I like that Top is fair tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to goof on these guys, but I'm going to be fair about it.
Yeah.
I'm
He
down
was
the
fair
middle.
about Lindsay's ukulele play. Yeah, she's good on the ukulele. What do you want?
Well, John doesn't stop his singing there. He also has a song for me.
Why do they podcast? WDTP.
Wouldn't that be funny if I were there? Wouldn't that be a good time watching fucking Lady Kmart
He's talking about being at this show, by the way.
squirm away from me like the bitch that he is? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice for me in Tampa? Going to see my Lady
I love
K. Taking my Harley down the highway just to talk to him that way. Wouldn't it be nice to hang out with
You're right,
Lady
Top.
K?
He goes on too long. That's the problem.
If he cut it, it'd be
Away
great.
from me with all those snaggle teeth. Wouldn't it be nice?
I think the Beach Boys have a potential lawsuit with that one.
This is like what I would imagine it's like working in like a hospice care, you know? Like John's just dying of like cirrhosis and you're going in
Yes.
and he's just singing these terrible song parodies.
And we're Patch Adams.
Now, Mersh, when you were on WATP recently, I think I showed you that John's new computer, when he does different gestures, it'll shoot balloons up or fireworks and stuff. So what's great is when he's not trying to do it and it happens. So he's just trying to count on his hand.
Well, it's equally as funny as when he's trying to do it and it's not happening.
It doesn't happen. It's
But
funny
yeah, it
too.
doesn't seem to ever time out right.
Watch this. This is where he's not trying to do it and it just happens.
And that's another thing, shitwave. You've spread yourself far too thin. You got Bob. He could turn on you any day now. You got Silent Mike.
I love you, John. Never change, bro. Never change.
He is the best.
Such a stupid boomer.
This is just a boomer thing. I interviewed a guy recently, very serious topic, and he had the same feature. And he kept on going like this, and there'd be fireworks and shit. I'm like, very hard to take it serious.
Does he even, do you think his brain is able to grasp how ironically beloved he is?
No,
You
I
know
don't
what
think he
mean?
gets
like,
it.
Like, he just won't lean into what a doofus he is. He'd make a fortune.
Well, he's claiming that he's coming to Vegas, the live show Hackamania.com. He's claiming he's coming to that, and we're all like, oh, okay.
If he
we
gets
can
enough,
figure that out.
if he gets enough Spirit Airlines points, he'll make it
Well,
out.
yes, that's a good
Yes.
point.
Like, John's the kind of guy to be like, these people hate me. And I'm like, John, we love you, bro. We adore you. Never change, dude.
They've built an entire economy around your stupidity.
Yes. There are talking vegetables who are now doing better comedy than you that started off goofing on you.
All right, I got a clip here where a super chatter comes in, and apparently John's now getting his news from super chatters' names. I've never seen this before.
So much.
Danny Thomas loved hookers shitting in his mouth. Is that true? Who would like that?
Is that true? I mean, it's a name on YouTube, so it must be true, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
they wouldn't allow that on YouTube if it wasn't true.
He's incredible. Well, guys, I got to thank you so much for doing this show with
That's
us.
so great.
This
This
is
was so much fun. Thank you, guys.
fan-fucking-tastic.
Having a fucking
You guys are
time.
great.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
everybody.
We had a very tepid reaction when they first announced us. It was like, yeah, and then you hyped it up better. So thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm the Brian Kalin on this show. These guys are great,
there you go.
right?
Yeah.
You got nicer calves, Papa.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yes.
At this time, I want to bring up, we're going to continue with Stuttering John, but we have to talk to Jenny Jingles, Andy Q. Public, and Vinnie Paulino coming back up again. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome, welcome. All right. We were all watching this last night from our Airbnb. I couldn't believe we got through this because this was one of those episodes you're like, is this a rerun?
It was very Christmassy with the song and all.
That's true.
It was like Christmas.
So
Lovely.
this is not Christmassy. This is John just being gross. And I believe Rocco brought up that he's just like a real life Rick Sanchez at this point.
If a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it? I don't. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what any of these guys say about me. It's all bullshit. I'm the only fucking guy.
All right.
Well, okay. Not how the phrase is, but whatever.
Are you guys sure there's no more Tom Myers?
Sorry. Instead, we're going to check out John's brain breaking as he's trying to remember some type of he's trying to remember this conversation that he had with Jay Leno, and he can't seem to figure out what the fuck he's talking about.
You know what? Like Jay called me because he was going to put one of my monologue jokes in. He's like, "Was that both of their incomes combined?" I'm like, I was like, yeah, and that whatever it was. But he wanted to make sure every joke was completely fucking based in truth.
What?
So I says to Mabel, and then, what the fuck was he talking about right there?
He sounds like an old
based in
woman
truth.
gossiping over a fence. So I says to her,
If Jay Leno calls and I don't pick up, did I still talk to him? Very philosophical John.
All right. So then Pickles Melendez comes in with a joke that John does not get.
They accuse you of being substitute teaching and lie about that, so they have no reason to doubt you. P.S. Your neck looks nice again today. Oh, thank you.
Dear God.
Yeah, I don't lie about it. I had to lie at one point because I didn't want anyone knowing about it.
That's my favorite thing, where John goes, listen, I don't lie. And he's like, oh, I just read that thing where I was talking about how I was lying. I lie when it's good for me. That's when everyone lies. When it's good for them, dummy.
It's easy to not be called a liar when you don't actually say words. He didn't say anything.
That is a very good point.
But guys, remember, John is getting into shape right now. He's doing things the right way.
I just got the phone I got the phone with my agent yesterday. He's submitting me. It's gonna happen.
What?
I'm getting in prime condition. Eating my lean cuisines.
Oh my God.
Do you eat frozen meals, shitweya? Do you get dinner from the frozen food section like I do, shitweya?
Do you get dinner from the early 90s like I do, shitweya? Nobody eats lean cuisines
Lean
anymore.
cuisine. That was his brag just now.
Yeah. My agent said that I'm up for the role of juror number 4 at jury duty next week. That's like all he's getting cast in.
I guarantee you his agent is an unemployment agency.
I've been submitted.
Temp agency.
They have some more shifts opening up at Salvation Army next month, and they were checking in. I'm getting in shape.
I'm temporarily a juror.
Colonel Melendez reporting for duty.
I love John because he's constantly threatening people with these fake threats that aren't going to go anywhere, but at least he tries to pretend they're real. In this scenario, not so much, because he's talking about how Mike Morris has his mom's photo behind him on the green screen, and John's not happy about that. He's going to put an end to it with this ultimatum right here.
I think you go live at 6 o'clock, right? That picture's up there. Wait till tomorrow. Okay?
No, you wait.
Wait till tomorrow.
Okay. I'm waiting.
I'm still doing what I'm gonna do, but I'll do it to a lesser extent. It's your choice.
I don't even know what to do with that.
What's he
What am I
talking
supposed
about?
to do? All right. Lesser extent? All right, you win, John. I'm going with your terms then.
Oh my God, he sounds like a 5-year-old.
Wow. Yes. Unfortunately,
A
that's what we're
drunk
dealing with here.
5-year-old. I'm sorry.
And John loves to talk about these shows that are all laughing at themselves and laughing at their own jokes. And I like to point out when John cracks himself up for like a while.
Are you fucking with me?
Oh.
All right.
Could you imagine if you, like, that was 3D and you had the 3D glasses? That would be the scariest
Oh my gosh.
3D movie
That
you
would
would ever
set
see.
box office records. You kidding me? It'd be amazing.
It'd be disgusting.
And the only thing missing was if he went like this. Good job.
Yeah, I did it again. I'm hilarious. Well,
Of course I'm gonna brag.
here's another example of him being hilarious. He even does, at the end of this, the Chip Chipperson double guns. He's so proud of himself with
he's
this
such a
dated
moron.
joke.
Oh, God.
Well, I did the Tan Mom impression. Who gives a shit? You're not Rich Little. You're little, but not rich. Whoa, clip it.
Join the culture club.
Hold on a second. Let me laugh.
Get it out of your system.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Why are we still talking about Rich Little? Who the fuck is talking about Rich Little?
I know. I just hold your breath until the Columbo impression comes back.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Let's see. This is John being creepy. I like when this kind of sneaks out because they're talking about now Bob Levy has a stepdaughter who looks like Ariana Grande.
Oh,
Yeah, and she has an OnlyFans.
beautiful.
I've done a little research on this. She looks very good. And so people have brought that up to John's attention, and of course he needs some help with that.
Danny Thomas loves hooker shitting in his mouth. Thanks for $5. You ever seen Bob Levy's stepdaughter OnlyFans? Holy moly, it's hardcore. I guarantee you Levy thinks about it when he's doing geriatric genius. Yeah, no, I don't. Send me it. I don't even know what it looks like, but thank you.
Have you seen the nudes of Bob Levy's stepdaughter? No, but send it to me. I got to do a little research on my end, please.
So lazy.
Not familiar with that.
Look for yourself.
He will. He definitely will. All right. So this is a funny one. This super chatter is one of my favorite names that comes on his show.
Uncle Paul's Funny Smelling Rag Emporium. Thanks to those. No, that's my kid's name.
He goes, no, I'm not going to read that. I saw my kid's name. I don't think he saw what it actually said, though. It's like, we're the Vince the Loser Army, and we are sexually assaulting Knight M. He's like, oh, I see my kid's name. Well, yeah, there's also like sexual assault, so that might be more of a reason to not like that. All right, so then this is a very funny super chatter.
Pickles Melendez. Thanks, 5. You think your kid's stepfather gets drunk and argues strangely on it, or is he not as sound?
This is a show that's on the internet. You guys, quote unquote, show.
Do you think your kid's stepfather gets drunk and argues with strangers on the internet, or is he not as talented? Is the super chat he tried to read just now. Fan-fucking-tastic. Gotta love this guy. All right, I don't know how long I can stay on this, but Christine Knowlton. You ever heard of Christine Knowlton? All right. All right, we got some Christine Knowlton fans here. Good. I'm glad to hear that because she's on Cameo, and she was hired to sing a song about our friend Stuttering John Melendez. I'm sure this will be great.
Hello, Stuttering John. This is a song from your friend Brandon in Georgia. Stuttering John has problems just like everyone else. Some days he's on top of the world. The others just bringing him down. There's always a chorus light to lighten the mood.
I agree with Top. Also, Lindsay's an amazing musician. I'm realizing right now.
What the fuck with the ukuleles?
It's obnoxious.
Why is that the go-to instrument?
Hold on. She does know a third chord. It's coming up. I don't want to spoil it.
Christine, I love your song. If you're ever in LA, beers on me.
What else can he do?
They're probably auditioning for the same part, Vinny. Of course she's going to be in L.A.
There are going to be corpses on Law and Order.
On his own, he's real well known. Some people say that he's an asshole. Okay. Better than being a whole ass. He's Stuttering John. Stuttering John. Being laughed at.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She's changing keys. I don't know if I can handle this.
I thought
I've
that
not
was
watched this yet.
You don't modulate at the very end, do you ever?
No, it's going for a while.
Just how the ball bounces, being a menace and creating his own fun. Isn't that what life's all about? Maybe he got out of the wrong side of the bed. Maybe he just needs a little more head.
You suck!
That's disgusting.
John needs a little more head. A little more. All right. Well, I can't play that anymore. It's dragging me down. I can't take it.
Worst.
Christine Dalton. Guys, I want to thank Andy, Jen, and Vinny for being up here.
Hey, Carl.
They are going to be around. Yes, Vinny.
Didn't I promise everybody a Stuttering John story?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Thank you, Vinny.
Tell me everything.
Thank you, Vinny, for reminding me. Please, I don't even know this story.
Okay.
Now, remember that Vinny tried to book Stuttering John to do a comedy show at the club in Rochester just a couple of weeks ago was going to happen.
Yep. So listen, a couple of things. I'm going to preface this very quickly. I'm not going to tell you anything that John wants to keep a secret or things that he promised me I promised that I would not tell. I'm only going to tell about why I decided to never work with him again. And it was there was one interaction that sealed the deal that I want you guys to know about what a fucking prick this guy is. At Comedy at the Carlson, we have a very expensive recording equipment for filming people, for real comedians who are doing shows. And one of the things that Cardiff and I were trying to convince him to do that none of you know about behind the scenes was live stream the fucking show so you people could watch it at home.
Nice.
Yeah, I was trying to help out the Dabbleverse, but John goes, well, I don't know if I want the video out there. Can I just have a copy of the video?
No.
Well, I said, John, I will give you a copy of the video, and I will not give it to anybody else if that's what you want, but you're going to leave a bunch of money on the table if you don't live stream it. Now, does everyone remember a thing that happened a few years ago called the creep-off roast?
Yes.
Yeah. And some of us remember that Carl was supposed to edit it, and it took him a year. Yeah.
Well,
So
no, hold on. That's not true.
Yes,
I never did edit it. So it did not take me a year.
okay. So I was feeding John all sorts of stuff about Carl to basically promote the creep off. Every time Carl did something I didn't like on the show, I would tell John, and John would go crazy about it, and I would laugh, and Carl would laugh, and we'd laugh at each other behind the scenes, and it was all good. So John wants dirt on Carl, and I said, well, John, you can't fucking believe it. This guy had this video for a year and didn't do a goddamn thing with it, and I spent my whole night editing it, and he was supposed to do it. The next day, he brings up the video, and he goes, Vin, listen, when you give me that video, would you mind editing it for me? And I
didn't
said,
ask me to do it.
I said, John, I don't have time to do that. And I was starting to say, but I know a guy who would do it for a couple of bucks. Coming out of my mouth. But I know a guy. I go, John, I don't have time to do that. What? You don't have time? You got time to do it for Carl? You got time to do it for Lady K? And I'm like, that's my show. That's my show. And that's when the fucking wall, I was like, oh, there he is, folks. And things progressively got shittier and shittier and shittier as we went until I fucking pulled the cord. But the one story I want to tell you guys is a fun one, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. The funniest thing I've ever heard in my life was on the phone with John. Do you guys remember when Carl bet him $100 about O.J. Simpson?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the morning Carl decided out of pity to give him the $100 because O.J. walked by him and he yelled at him.
Yes.
John called me like a 5-year-old. So happy, guys. It was, hey, Vin, Carl paid me the $100. I got the $100 from Carl from Lady K. He paid me. I got him. And he's so happy. And I go, John, I got to tell you something, man. I'm glad Carl manned up and paid you. I think that's great. But let me tell you something. I don't like the way these people are telling you that you're poor and broke and that you need that $100. It's fucking ridiculous, right? Yeah, I don't need the money that bad, whatever. And I go, you know what I'd do if I were you today, John? I would go to the bank, I'd get a $100 bill, I would buy a cigar, and I would sit on my show, and I would light that cigar with Carl's $100 bill and say, fuck you, Lady K. Yeah, right? I'm trying to fucking stir the shit a little bit. And John, I swear to you guys, this is exactly what happened. That's illegal.
He's amazing.
I spit coffee all over my own fucking desk. And I was just like, yeah, John, and the way the internet is, I know they'll turn you in too, won't they? Yeah, they would. They turned me in. I can't do that. So I just want to say, John was a nightmare to deal with towards the end. He was on his best behavior up until that point. And when he showed his true colors, it was fucking all over. And I want to address one other thing. Everyone has called me a fucking idiot because I booked that show out.
No, we were calling you that long before that, Penny. Stop it.
Good point. I just need to point out this one thing because it's the same thing I see from everybody, and I want to clear it up. The reason why John's show was so far out was because we were not paying for a plane ticket. We had him on a Sunday night. We weren't putting him on a Friday or Saturday, folks. It wasn't going to happen. So we originally had him scheduled for December. And The thing about upstate New York is the Bills are playing, and I knew it would end up being bad and no one would come. And he was working on like a percentage deal. So I said, it's probably not a good idea. And there was a reason why he had to come to New York in March. I'm not going to say what it was, but there was a reason he had to come to New York. So it was based around his travel and being cheap because he didn't want to buy a plane ticket to his own fucking show. So don't blame me for that shit. It was him. Thank you. Good night.
I still blame you, Vinny.
Yeah.